Hello and welcome to another Warrior's Den recap. To kick it off, this Warrior's Den took place on the new set. It's an actual den now instead of just two couches and a coffee table up against a wall. It has a real nice wood backdrop and they've got some actual helmets from history put up on their walls. They wanted to leave us a reminder that again, For Honor will be at E3. This should be a very exciting show, and we should all be exceptionally hyped for it. We just had the free weekend last weekend, and we have tons of new players on PC that we can go beat up. We have a ton of new players on other platforms too, but specifically PC has a massive uptick in players. And Pope wants to thank everybody who did the Warriors training program. 70,000 players did it, and congratulations to you on your Season 6 award of champion status. You'll be getting the revamped champion status when Season 6 starts on the 17th. Damien had a nice tease of who could say when the next event would happen. Maybe with the new champion status, who knows? And to confirm this later on the stream, we have the new roadmap, which clearly shows an event happening each week after Season 6 launches, with the first event starting on the launch day of Season 6. Luke and Bio will be on next week's stream to discuss the new event in all likelihood, so we should be getting details on what it actually is. I will personally be leaving my speculation out of this video, as this is just a recap of this week's stream, and any speculation on my part is based purely on the images that we have, as there are no details that were given about the upcoming event except for the details that are shown in the roadmap. And speaking of free weekend, there was an exploit this weekend that you may or may not have seen, where people found a way to take your character and swap it with another character, so you could be a Shigoki and run around like a shinobi. This was obviously unintended. They had some people jump in over the weekend and shut it down, and some people were able to switch their characters back, but some people can't. So they'll fix it for you if you contact support. If support can't help you, they'll be releasing an emergency fix with the Season 6 patch, but that's still in testing and that's still a week away. They won't wipe your account for it and you won't get banned for it, but if you are still using it in matchmaking, please maybe not do that. And moving from there, we have on the roadmap a full week of double XP. They will be celebrating E3 and the major announcements. It was very clear that it's announcements, multiple S's on the end there, of many announcements to be given at E3, so we have much to be hyped about. And this was piggybacking off of the event as well. And of course, we can just have some wild speculation about the event and the E3 reveals so that we can have unrealistic expectations, only to be let down by reality. We will also be having a Warrior Rush this weekend. 1,500 steel and 3 crates to the winner, 1,000 steel and 2 crates to the second place, and 500 steel and 1 crate to the losers. Damien says please let the Vikings not win, let the Samurai win, it'll be for his birthday. Sorry Damien, I think you're gonna lose. And in some real excitement, we have the executions that were shown last week being released today. They're already live, I've already gone in game and bought mine. What about you? To go with those, we have a Conqueror bug, because nothing's ever perfect in this world. The Conqueror's current execution, the one that just came out today, does not give health or stamina. It also doesn't activate mood effects. This will be fixed on Season 6 release, so next week. So sadly, that means all you Conqueror bros out there, you're gonna suck for a week, but you will have a good time next week. Moving onward, we have Stefan, the fight team coordinator. He wanted to encourage more players to jump into the For Honor community tournaments. He loves seeing them and he watches most of them whenever he gets a chance. And speaking of tournaments, we actually have 4 tournaments, 2 on each console this weekend. So if you're into that kind of thing, you can go ahead and join up on those. All 4 of them are posted in the Reddit thread. It is sticky at the top of the For Honor subreddit for the week. 3 of them are happening on May 12th. 2 of them at 1 p.m. EDT, and 1 at 5 p.m. EDT, and 1 of them will be happening on May 13th at 1 p.m. EDT. You can go ahead and type in 1 p.m. EDT into Google, and it should show you your local time. And that way you don't have to do the math in your head, and you don't have to know time zones. The glory of the internet. Then the bulk of today's Warrior's Den stream, the patch notes. Most of this is just reading off the list of patch notes. If you want to read them, you can go down and see the link in the description, but I'll just give some high-level highlights here. We have the Orochi and Peacekeeper reworks that were covered last week. You can go watch that video if you want the details there. The new Beachhead map is coming out next week. This map is good for everything except for Tribute. We will be getting a new set of weapons, or rather multiple different weapons. Some of them will be using our color palettes. They want feedback on whether or not we like that. moving forward, so they can add more of them in the future if we like that kind of thing. Then we have the visual collection being added. This allows you to equip any visual you've ever had on any weapon. It also shows you the ones you've never looted, and it shows which rarity it takes for them to drop, so that we'll finally know for certain on some weapons, because it's been 6 months or more, and we still don't know whether they drop at rep 5 or rep 7. They've been keeping track of everything since December 15th, and it should be saved unless if something goes critically wrong in-house, which it might. So don't delete all your stuff yet, but all of your past event stuff should be saved. And following up on the visual collection, after it goes live, they would love feedback on it because they want to know if this type of stuff is a feature we really enjoy, is it super useful to you, or is it just kind of there. They of course don't want feedback on it now, they want to wait until it goes live, so that would be a plus. And in other news that not very many people actually care about, tournament rewards are being revamped. With the changes that they're implementing, you will no longer feel the need to have to lose in order to get all of the rewards. You will have higher guaranteed chances so that you will actually get the things you're fighting for, and you will no longer get the rewards from previous seasons moving forward. So this is because previously, if you had a red nat, you were unable to play ranked mode, as well as other issues that you were running into when trying to play tournaments. These have been fixed since then, so now they're pushing people to play tournaments now. So if you want Season 3, 4, or 5 rewards, you need to go play tournaments right now. You have a week to do it. It'll be gone Thursday morning on the 17th. Finishing up the changelog there, Valkyrie got her entire rework. Maybe, not really. Valkyrie's javelin feat should be a little better now. Its cooldown is slightly shorter. We also got other minor bug fixes like that, and for all 12 Valkyrie mains out there, I'm sorry if that got to you. There isn't any major balance changes, there actually isn't any balance changes, there's purely bug fixes in this patch, so the only balance changes we are getting are going to be to Orochi and Peacekeeper, and then everything beyond that is either a bug fix for consistency's sake or a bug fix because it's broken. For more new stuff, we will be getting a gear refinement stage 2. The gear will have 2 little diamonds instead of just 1, and it will give you an additional 0.5% damage improvement, or whatever stat you choose to improve, just like refinement tier 1 did. Only this takes level 10 to drop, or reputation 10, and it will be a very rare thing, even rarer than refined already was. So we can all go have a blast spending 2,000 steel or whatever it's going to end up costing to refine our gear for an additional 0.5% on top of super rare loot. This is a wonderful addition, Ubisoft. However, to go with this refined gear thing, event items will now have a little icon so you'll know where they're from. This one is actually a really nice change because far too many people got the Apollyon stuff and deleted it because they weren't sure that it's the event item. I know I personally couldn't tell the difference between half the stuff that just has spikes on it and half the stuff that was Apollyon's gear because it had spikes that were black on it, and to me that wasn't really a major difference. So now I have an icon to tell me where the difference is. That should sweep up most of the patch notes here without me simply reading a wall of text. From there we had the dev talks with Nikolai Lacard, the assistant art director. He was one of the original 15 at the beginning of For Honor 5 years or so ago. Luke corrected him beyond that to say it was about 5.5, a little more. And what is his job? He's involved with the maps and designing them to make sure the maps fit with the theme that the artistic director wants. He's also in charge of visual composition, if the map, the lighting, and where things are placed, how players figure out the map at a glance, visual cues for the players, and that kind of stuff. Working with the level design team to make sure the map is functional and beautiful. Basically readability, beauty, and fun to play. Those are his key job aspects there. He's the one who designs all that. The biggest part of it is just making sure everything is believable as well, that the scale of things, the way they are built, the way arches are made, for example, etc. Making sure everything is believable in universe, that's his job. And to be honest, he's done a pretty damn fantastic job at it. For Honor's map design is absolutely stunning. It's one of the best games I've played, and I've played a lot of games. That should just about wrap up this week's Warrior's Den. As always, I want to thank you for watching, and actually while I was recording this video, I got some fantastic news. I just broke 2,000 subscribers, so thank you all for that. I'm really glad that you guys are enjoying my content, and I'm glad to have more of you on board. I hope to see you guys in the comments section, and I will see you on the battlefield.